This is the Neon Tarantino, the director Derek Dillinger.
And Katie Arquette, the leading lady of the production.
And we're live. No second takes, no reshoots.
And you're watching the Main Event Wrestling Network.
Cut.
What in the world? Good evening, everybody. It is 10:10. Punch in and welcome to episode 68. Somebody's missing of the NXT Night Shift, coming off of the heels of the most watched episode of NXT Night Shift ever. Cursed show, so to speak, last week. I am looking around and I don't see anybody. I don't see somebody who's supposed to be here with me. Tonight, I am paying tribute to my old camp that has been sold and is shutting down after almost 100 years. Behind me is the field house, where many a makeout session in co-ed or a basketball game against another camp was held. A young Jay Gold had many a memory there. Tonight, we say goodbye. And with me tonight is nobody. Nobody. Kyle's not here, in case you haven't noticed. Poor Kyle, his internet is down because he had a massive tornado in Indiana. Go figure. Well, another wrestling week has come and gone, and another dumb fight on the interwebs. Tonight we have people fighting AJ Styles and his son about setting up a ring. Ring Crew. People are getting upset about Ring Crew. Just needed something, I guess, to go on after they went after the guy from Orange Crush who does produce. So we had that issue going on, and it just keeps getting weirder and weirder. And then I just found out that they do a Busted Open Radio after dark at 10:15. We come on at 10:10. So if you want to get your NXT and you want to get your fill of WWE, you'll come to the NXT Night Shift, if you will. As we say, let's get in the Wayback Machine. I thought we were going to have GBH tonight, but right now he's not here. We may have some guests. I'm hoping that we have some guests. I'm going to do my best to try to entertain you knuckleheads. And let's go live to this state, New York, Long Island, because that's where I am. We can't go to the great state of Indiana because there's no internet. We are heading towards heat wave, and I am not kidding when I say the Main Event Network is hotter than it's ever been. So drop the axe, forget the insiders. Have you eaten yet? Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's just me, Jay Gold, doing the NXT Night Shift, people. Welcome in to another episode of the NXT Night Shift. And as we said before, it's just me. It is Jay Gold and my friends here. Thanks, P. Some of my friends here who are going to be helping me. I'll be hopeful that you knuckleheads in the chat is going to be lively, and we'll start talking a bunch about what's going on. So Eric Douglas, yes, Ren got screwed. So did Zarya. The match ended funky, if you will, because I thought honestly that there was going to be more to that. But I was glad for what I saw. We are on our way to 500 subscribers. We hit 400 after last week. So now we are on our way to 500. So why don't we get into it? Yes, solo me. That's it. But speaking of solo, I'm going to go to the phones because you know what? Even though I don't really approve, he always is here to help me. So I'm going to go to our friend Stan. Stan from Burlington. Stan, hello.
Hi. It's me, Stan from Burlington. I don't know if you remember me.
Well, I certainly do, Stan. Kyle's not here, but I remember you.
So here we are. La prova del nove. You're going to have to answer for Santino, Carlo. I must admit, for the last several years, we've sort of been on a collision course to this moment, Jay Gold, haven't we?
We sure have. And Stan, I just started reading the Godfather book itself on paperback.
Oh, I didn't know you could read. You know, you probably feel like confident Al Pacino in the restaurant scene in Heat. And you think you've probably got me all figured out.
That's right.
Don't you, Agent Starling?
Mm-hmm.
And yet, here I am thinking, Kyle sent a trainee to me? You're so ambitious, aren't you? You know what you look like to me with your rock tattoo and your Temu sweatpants? You look like a rube, a well-scrubbed, hustling rube with a little taste. But you're not more than one generation removed from poor white trash, are you, Agent Starling? I don't get how Kyle's internet always goes out. And I don't get how nobody got the Silence of the Lambs reference. I don't get how... Well, all right. Well, you didn't say anything, and, then you just keep it going.
I was letting it go, Stan.
Mm-hmm. I don't get how Kyle's internet always goes out when there's a storm. Where does this guy live? Biblical Mesopotamia? Does he do every show? Does he do a show every week from one of those phantom hotels in Pyongyang?
North Korea joke.
Yeah. You call him the most underrated wrestling content creator in the game today. He should probably create himself a home with internet and stop putting a towel over his head and broadcasting from the bathroom in a Planet Fitness. And by the way, who's to say his internet really is down? Maybe he's doing meth. Actually, let's be honest.
Probably doing meth.
It's getting close to back to school time in Indiana. His summer fling probably has to go back for her senior year of high school.
Oh boy.
Allegedly.
Oh boy.
Allegedly. I get it. YouTube terms of service. I get it.
Correct. Sure.
Yeah, but you guys call yourselves a network, and yet no one was around to fill in. Is Popo too busy not trimming his beard?
You know what? I didn't ask Popo if he wanted to come on. It's a good point.
Coming off your most downloaded episode yet, sort of feels like someone's out to get you, Jay Gold. But you know what? Hit me up on WhatsApp. I can help you. Only speak in Italian so we can be discreet. But you know what, Jay Gold?
What?
Let's while we're here, let's go a little off the cuff. One of your idiot viewers last week, I think it was Kind. He wrote in the comments that he's never sure if my segment is pre-recorded. So we can put that to bed right now. You like music?
I do.
You like Southside Johnny?
I do.
Mm-hmm. You know that song that he does with Little Steven and Bruce Springsteen called "It's Been a Long Time"?
Yes. And the Asbury Jukes.
Yes. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to sing. So everyone knows we're in real time. We're going to sing each person's part. I'll take Southside Johnny and Bruce. I go first and then I go third. You go second. Little Steven, ready? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Lived at a time in a world of our own, making up the rules as we went alone. Little Steven. Just one cup between us, and we never felt cold. We were never gonna get old. Here comes Bruce. Playing cards till the sun came up, rolling dice. Down at the club, listen to the blues all night. Girls out on the corner, got lonely now and then. We'd never be that free again. Well, you don't know the words, Jay Gold. Okay, so we'll stop that. But you know what? To prove, you didn't know the words. But okay.
I was lost.
You were a little lost. But to prove that we're not pre-recorded, why don't we do a little word association game? How does that sound?
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Let's try that.
Yeah. We're gonna do word association. Okay. I'm gonna start. Okay, and then you do it, and then it'll come back to me, and back to you, and back to me. Right?
Okay. How do we do? Okay.
I'm gonna start word association.
Okay.
Platypus.
Beaver.
Matfish sucks. Gotta go. Bye.
God damn it, Stan. All right. Listen, thank you, Stan, for giving me some time. I always like having a guest on the night shift when I'm by myself. However, I am no longer by myself because I'm going to bring in a special guest who is my friend who we pulled out of the main event merchandising room. And he is here tonight to do a little bit of radio with us, a little podcasting. It's my pal. It's the Iron Man. It is Tino.
What's up, man? How are we doing?
Tino, hey, brother. How are you?
Up? I'm here. I got you. I'll be your security.
Yes, I feel like you and I should catch up and talk a little NXT. And
I'm
you
down.
know what?
I'm here for you. I got you.
Yeah, I think
Kyle,
we're gonna
no internet, man.
Yeah, but Stan even said it. What the hell is he doing not having internet? You know what I mean, Tino?
Should have had a generator set up.
Kyle's got a generator just to do the network work. I mean, he could have went to the library. Would it have killed him? Jeez.
Get out of the way. I need the computer. We got night shift to do. Imagine the computer.
Oh, there he is. See, he's got enough time to tweet at us and respond.
His name enough. You know,
yeah. Well, you know what, Tino? I brought you in a little early because I think I need some of your opinions. We're gonna do the first hour together, the first bunch of matches, you and I, leading up to the women's match at the top of the hour.
You let me know when you want to kick me out, and I'll leave.
Tino, we can't kick you out. You're the Iron Man. You never leave.
Yeah, that's true.
P-Man,
Just
Jesus.
back in the warehouse. I'll be back.
But P-Man, that doesn't mean it's. I don't need a Robin all the time, but I do need Tino tonight because there were some big advances in the show. And Tino, I know you were doing the watch along, so let's start with this. If we kick off with last week's recap, I really, after watching it again, I still don't understand. I still wasn't a huge fan of how they played off Kendall Gray's injury, if you will. She landed on the wrong side. When you see it again, it looks even dumber. But yeah. I was glad Kendall did stop Lola in the underground.
Yeah, I mean, I was happy they did that, especially with the rumors of Lola going to the main roster. I mean, me and GBH talked about it. We thought it was going to be this yesterday on Raw, but I mean, with Priest obviously on SmackDown, it's looking more or less likely she'll show up. But yeah, I mean, the way it looked, it always reminds me when they do stuff with steps, when they do the like when they did the Rey Mysterio eye stuff with Aleister Black and stuff, where Rey's eye fell off and stuff. It's just like, all right. So.
Well, the problem is with the Aleister Black stuff is, he took it on to another company, and it's like, why are we? You know, that's like if Tom Holland went to when he's in the Odyssey and he throws out a web, and you're like, this is a different movie. So why does that universe? Right, it's a whole different universe, Aleister. You don't have to bring the eye thing over to AEW. It didn't need to happen.
The injury didn't look, and even they said they're like Kendall Gray's injury. They kind of made it sound like she was vacating the title at one point. I was like, what are we doing here? Sure.
I promise, GBH. Tino was just saying how stupid the angle was. No. Ray.
Can we talk about how we got Rey Mysterio back-to-back nights just for GBH?
Calling in and setting up matches on our show. On our show on NXT, he's coming in, Rey Mysterio, and he's taunting GBH on the night shift. So
now if he shows up on TNA on Thursday, GBH might run.
Would there be anything better? Would there be anything better if GBH can't turn on a wrestling show without seeing Rey Mysterio? Maybe we should go back to the original All In with Rey Mysterio dressed as Wolverine and have him, do that shit again. Okay. All right, Tino. Let's start tonight with the first match. It's Lizzie Rain and supposed to be Sean Spears versus Izzy Dame and Nico Vance. It was supposed to be a Culling Explodes match, and Sean Spears just doesn't show up. Now, I don't know if you heard anything. I didn't hear anything.
No, I did not. I heard Eric might have said it in my chat. He said that Sean Spears didn't show up, but I thought maybe he just got not lost, but he got travel issues and stuff. So,
is that what you heard?
No, that's what I thought. I didn't hear anything. I had no idea. That's what I thought at first. I was like, wait, isn't Spears supposed to be a part of this match? And it just kind of confused me.
Yeah, GBH, I don't know.
Half the thing.
Yeah, I wish it wasn't, but it's still a thing. And so instead of Spears, we get Lizzie and Izzy fighting a bit. Now, if Vince was around, we would never get this Lizzie and Izzy thing, by the way. So yeah, he was in Indiana. He was stopping Kyle's internet. That's where Spears was right about now. So we get that, and then we get EK Prosper, who answers the bell for Lizzie Rain. And you know what? I really like EK Prosper. Tito, what do you think of him?
I mean, I really enjoyed him. He just reminds me of a new Javon Evans. They just replaced Javon with EK in a way.
You know what I'm hoping? Well, I'm hoping that's not it. You know what I mean? I really like him. I think he's got a lot of talent. I think he puts together moves really well. And I just don't want to see them kind of pigeonhole talent like that into you're going to be just another whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ideally.
Yeah, I mean, that was also why he changed his name to Prosper, too, because everybody was saying that he was like Eli Knight, and we were all getting like LA Knight. So,
the Eli Knight also was because of Kevin Knight on AEW, and they had a bunch of different things going on, so the name was too similar. We did have a bunch of good spots. I know you were watching in the watch along. that counter to the scorpion kick where she tries to kick Nico and he throws her into a power bomb was a very good spot. I enjoyed that a lot. I thought this match actually surprised me with how entertaining it was, but I'm going to say it was all because of EK Prosper, and I really don't know if I can give too much credit to Nico Vance, who, by the way, needs to put wrist tape on, because when you don't wear wrist tape, you look skinny. You got to put wrist tape on to give yourself a little bit of, muscularity, if you will. So, I thought the match was good. In the end, Lizzie Rain and EK Prosper win. Not sure what you're supposed to do with the culling, and not sure what you're supposed to do with Shawn Spears if he didn't show up tonight and had some sort of issue. It throws off the entire storyline there. Now you pretty much write them off, right?
I mean, you would think so with what has been going on with, all the stuff, and I think that's exactly what they're doing.
If he didn't show up, you didn't have the match. I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do there. And then we go to the back, and after that, we get some tag team title highlights from that, and we get sometimes GBH. I like to look big in the shower, if you will. So we go from there. We see this double champ stuff, which I don't like. Tina, what is your thoughts on the whole double champ thing? Because we were pretty strong. We felt pretty strongly about it, about not doing double champs, and they went ahead and did it anyway. What do you think about double champs on TV?
I hate it. I don't know if you've listened to some of the mixtures we've done lately, but stuff just like Tiffany being in the ladder match or Liv being in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Like, there's no reason. Why are we giving it? It's like, okay, yeah, you're giving Tavion Heights and Miles Bourne their moment and everything, but there's other tag teams that we could be having tag team feuds with other than Miles Bourne. Miles Bourne should be worrying about who's he defending the North American title against. So I hate it personally. I just don't like it because then it just takes away from one title when there's already enough titles. So why are we giving? And it's not like Miles Bourne is like Randy Orton or anything.
Yeah,
they're trying, and I get it, but
I didn't even like when Saul had the speed title and North American title, because once she got hurt, you're screwed. You got to do something with both titles. Like,
it's like my GM when
yeah, exactly. You're like, now what do? We have one person with two titles. Now they're hurt. Now we have nobody to defend the same titles. Then we have to switch it all up. I don't know, but
not like they do not everybody can perform twice in one night either, so
yeah. And then they showed like the tag division tonight, and no offense, but Kyle and I have said it a bunch. The tag division is very, very diluted. It's very weak right now.
Yeah, they finally built the men's division back up, as you guys have talked about for a while. When they kind of got rid of everybody, it was kind of like who's taking over, and they've kind of built it back up in a way. But yeah, it's like they can't build everything at one time. They can only focus on one thing, and then they lose track of everything else.
Yep, and GBH is right. If you have two belts, you have to defend both belts if you're going to do it every week. If you're not going to do it
every night, you just got to defend the titles, and
Yeah, not every night, GBH, but I would say you at least give me every week. You give me one of the titles should be defended. You can't have nights where both titles are not defended at all. Honestly, when you think about it, right? Because now, if you have Miles Bourne with two belts, and next week, let's say, I know they're doing the same gimmick they did the week before to give him the match with Jackson Drake and Vanity Project and whatnot. But if you don't have Miles Bourne defend his belts next week, that means both the tag titles and the North American title are not defended at all another week in a row.
Exactly.
They weren't defended
with
this week.
Heatwave coming up.
Yeah. You got to give me something. So, all right. So
is that what they're going to do real quick? Are they going to have them go all the way to Heatwave, and then one of them's going to turn on the other, and that's how they lose the titles?
Well, the rumor,
so.
Well, what they decided that tonight was they were going to go back to the same gimmick they did 2 weeks ago, where Jackson Drake is going to wrestle a match, and if he wins, he gets a North American title match at Heatwave, and Vanity Project gets a tag match at Heatwave. So Miles Bourne would have to wrestle twice in that night. And then if he loses, they get nothing. They get no matches. So they got to obviously win. You can't have them lose and then a week before Heatwave not have either title defended at the pay-per-view. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Themselves in a conundrum here with this.
It's booking into a corner for no reason. This is the problem with having somebody, especially tag titles, because if the North American champ doesn't defend, that's fine. But if the North American champ doesn't defend, and then you decide not to defend the tag titles because they devalue them anyway, you have two sets of titles just sitting on the shelf at a pay-per-view.
Yep. And that's
So-
that's the worst thing, especially with when you're trying to get to know these big. In NXT, I talk about all the time. Half the time, people don't know who these people are in NXT, and that's why. And then when they come to the main roster, they're like, "Well, who's this?"
I mean,
You know?
that's you know what that was. I don't know what your opinion is. I know Eric Douglas loves Tatum Paxley, and we got Tatum Paxley debuting on SmackDown, and I don't know, but I don't know what your thoughts were, but who knows?
I mean,
you know,
I think them putting her in that situation is the best. Oh God, my dogs, gotta love it.
it's that kind of party. That's right.
Yes, it is. But no, I mean, I thought they put her in a good situation with Charlotte and Alexa. If you're going to learn from anybody, I mean, why not learn from those two? So, I mean, we'll see how it goes, but they evened up the odds with Fatal Influence. And out of everybody, I mean, Tatum was the last person I thought was going to be signed or be called up. And you guys have talked about it. Eric has been calling for it for a year now, but
he said she's going to be a star. But here's my problem:
No,
Alexa can't
unfortunately.
wrestle yet. She got the elbow thing on. She's not wrestling yet, right? So who's going to be the third in that tag team? You brought Tatum in to help you against them. Is it only against Fallon and against Lainey Reed? That's the thing. So they're going to what's her name? Zarya versus I saw it on the Cruz Montana was talking to Robert Stone and Keanu Carver came up and jumped in. I don't know what they're doing with Carver, but I wouldn't mind a Carver and Cruz Carver and Cruz a program for a little bit. If they're going to give us, Grayson Waller versus Tony, whatever they're giving us, I wouldn't mind seeing a little side quest with Keanu Carver and Cruz Montana, because I don't think Cruz Montana, I think he'll need to be tested a little bit. So we'll see what we got there.
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
It's not a bad thing to see them go up against it. And like I've talked about on the last 2 weeks of Monday Night Raw, the main events have been something different that we haven't seen. And it's never bad to see people that we haven't seen before to get their name out there to learn who they are, because that's the only way to do it.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think that's the best way to do that. So we go from there, and we're going to go to another big match of the night, which, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I know you watched it on the watch long. A lot of the finishes tonight I had problems with. So
yeah.
I think it was a good show, and it had a lot of potential, but a lot of the finishes felt very what's the word?
Like old school, because it felt like I was watching like an old WrestleMania, like one of the first ever WrestleManias where it was like all DQ or false finishes.
Right, that's it. That's what it is. It was very like everything felt schmozzy, and like we can't give you a real 1, 2, 3. Why not? I don't know. We can't do it. You know what I mean? Like it was weird. What's up, Kine? It just didn't. It wasn't. There was just something missing, I think, in the finishes. The matches had very much potential. So Saquon and Deion Lennox up next. I think, and if I don't know what your viewers were saying to you when you guys are watching. I think it's time for this Dark State feud between Dark State to take a breather for a bit. Don't you?
Yeah, I think they kind of just have let it go on too long, and now it's like they're just fighting each other every single week. It's like on the MyGM, this rivalry's on a cool down, and it's how many times can we see this now? And it's just like I don't know at this point. I think,
and I'm with you on that.
And I think the way they had it at that pay-per-view or premium live event, whatever one that was just recently, I can't remember anymore. I think that was the way they should have ended it and just moved on. And they kind of did for a second, but then I mean, I'm with you. I really think if you ask me, we miss you too, Kyle. What the hell? Tino's working overtime tonight. We got to pay him for this. You know that, right? Oh yeah. Let me know.
Honestly, I think the more you have these guys feud, the less of an opportunity you're given to both of these guys. To Deion Lennox, who probably deserves a big push, who had opportunities, ladder matches, Iron Survivor, and to Saquon Sugar, who really should be on his own right now. He's got the new gimmick. He doesn't wear the black on black anymore. He's not wearing the mask. You know what I mean? Like,
I thought it was EK Prosper at 1 second. I thought he came out like changed his clothes or something, and then all of a sudden it was Saquon. I was like, oops.
Well, so I'm with you there. And then I saw them, and I thought it was a very, very. I agree. Deion deserves some sort of title run. I think it was a very anticlimactic finish with Dark State again getting involved, Saquon getting distracted, getting caught, losing the match, and then they're fighting again. So you left it wide open all over again. Like to me, it's you're not going to give these guys the opportunity they deserve to shine if you keep having them wrestle each other. So
Exactly.
we'll
So
see where that goes.
Do something else, yeah. And that's, I mean, how much more can they really do with Dark State now? I almost said Dark Star.
I think Dark State's done. To be honest, the gimmick doesn't work anymore. No one's that afraid of them. They fight each other every week. You know, like
literally that's what
all we're doing is fighting. Yeah, you're not bothering us. I guess if I was wrestling a match in the old days, you'd be like, "What if Dark State comes out?" and then say, "What if Dark State is only wrestling each other?" Now I don't have to worry if they come out because they're not going to do anything to me.
No, they lost like the scariness that they had when they first came, and they like came out and the lights went out, and they were all like pinned down for a second with the light.
You want to know, Tino, when they lost their aura? It's when that guy Osiris came out in the tight dress pants that didn't go down to his ankles, and he wore dress shoes in the ring. That's when you lost me. As soon as he started wearing a sweater and a pair of really tight clam diggers, you know, those like the ones that go up to your calves, and he wears brown loafers in the ring when he's supposed to be big and scary. That's the end. You lost me. You lost me.
Pretty gosh, not much, yeah. But I mean, these guys got to stop. At this point, they're just fighting forever for nobody.
Stop fighting each other. What are you fighting over? There's nothing else to fight over.
Literally.
All right, so we go to Robert Stone in the back, and this one's for your Wake and Bake partner. AAA and NXT are going to have Ray Phoenix defend his title, and we're going to get a 4-way next week for the number 1 contender to go. Where's GBH? I don't know. He was on here a little bit, but maybe he's not able to get to his computer.
He's
boss
always
man.
late.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, I got Tino, who's the Iron Man, who graciously volunteered
I'll
to
be
help
here
me
till
tonight.
GBH arrives. That's fine.
If he does, he does. If he doesn't, you're staying. So
Sure.
you're running the night shift tonight, Tino. That's it.
Fine. Oh well.
So we're gonna get EK Prosper, La Parca, Romeo Moreno, and Tristan Angels in a 4-way match next week to see who is going to face Ray Phoenix for his title in AAA at
That's
Heatwave.
exciting. I'm kind of excited for that match. That's a different type of a match. I didn't think that we'd be saying. Me and GBH were talking about this morning about the AAA like tournament that they're having, where I like that it's not like they're all people that you really wouldn't think Roman Reigns would go and face. You know, like even Laredo Kid last night showed a lot. So,
well, I think the problem is though, I'm too set up for I'm too set up for Roman Reigns versus Penta, right? Like,
yeah.
If you didn't want to tip this off, you should have had a couple more of the AAA guys and just give me where's Grande Americano? How is he not in that match? How is that? How is he not in that match?
I don't know where he's been at. He must be taking a break or spending wifey time or something. I don't know.
By the way, the best match of 2026. I have said that a few times already, but that was probably the best match of 2026. And I don't think it's going to get better, honestly.
I mean, we got 3 months left of this year. I mean, or 3.5 at this point. I mean, it's insane. Where the heck did 2026 go?
Yeah, you're right. By the way,
you're right though, because we don't have too much time left, and there's not really too many shows left to have. But I mean, maybe Triple Mania will have another good one. But yeah, I don't think any match is gonna touch that match at all.
I don't agree with you. It was the best match across all of the shows. That match across CMLL, AEW, WWE. There might not have been a more compelling story and better match than the Grande Americanos match. I don't think there's a better one. I was on the edge of my seat. I don't think I've ever felt like that about a wrestling match in 25 years. 25 years. And this is coming from the kid who said that the Planet of the Apes was the best trilogy ever in movies. So let's not take what Kind says. We take what he says with a grain of salt. I'm sure he's going to give me some Kenny Omega Will Ospreay match. Is going to be his match of the year, even though I disagree wholeheartedly. Let's just take off our goggles of tribalism, Kind, and let's talk about the fact that the Grande Americano match was the greatest thing we had in 2026. Let's just be honest. Take off the goggles, Kind. Tino, help me out.
I mean, listen, I'm agreeing. I agree.
All right. So this is why I brought you on, by the way. This is why, because the women's North American title match is Zarya and Ren are up next after Grayson tries to light a fire under Saquon, and Saquon goes storming out of the trainer's room, and we go to Zarya and Ren Sinclair. Now, this is Eric Douglas's one of Eric Douglas's favorite wrestlers, I believe, is Ren as well. But I'm going to say I was very excited. This match delivered until the finish.
Yeah. I thought this was a really good match. I did not know which title it was for at first. I thought maybe it was for the speed title. I was
could have been for anything. They have so many double chips. What does it matter who's it for? Yeah,
that's true. I mean, and now we're getting a unification title match that apparently. So, yeah, I mean, I thought it was a really good match, and I thought, Ren had a couple moments there. I thought maybe she'd take it, but then obviously Zarya got the win.
Well, and that's my problem. By the way, Kine, you son of a bitch. Trilogy is not dwarfs walking to a volcano. Lord of the Rings is cash money. Star Wars, the original trilogy of Star Wars is way better than Planet of the Apes. It's better than Planet of the... What, James Franco? You're giving James Franco in that first movie, he gets the best trilogy ever? Stop it.
I mean,
Stop it.
I've never watched all of Lord of the Rings, so I don't have anything.
You're young. You need to sit down one day and watch it. If you have 13 and a half hours, Tito, sit down and watch the 3, because all the extended cuts are 4 hours plus.
I'll replace all my reality TV watching with Lord of the Rings watching.
You know what I did last night? I saw Spider-Man again in the theater, and I saw Odyssey on Friday last week again. So I keep going. Well, I keep going to see the same shit because there's nothing out. I need to go see Super Troopers 3. That's going to be awesome. I think I'll see that tomorrow night.
Yeah, that looks good. I bought tickets for last Tuesday to go see Spider-Man, but I wasn't able to because my roommate was moving out and I didn't want to leave my house. So I unfortunately did not.
It's playing every hour on the hour at every theater, Tino. There's no way you could miss it. Just walk into a movie theater and go, I'm here to see Spider-Man. They'll send you somewhere.
Just let me know where to go.
Right. Just go, is Spider-Man playing? They'll go, yes, it is. It's over here. Just come with us, sir. That's the end. That's all you have to do.
There we go. It's funny because I've seen every Spider-Man movie since I've been like a preteen adult, like whatever, in the theaters. Yes. So I'm like, I need to go see this in the theaters and keep it.
Yeah, you do. Alive. It's the most, and I'll say this: it's the most rewatchable.
At the SummerSlam, he saw Super Troopers at the SummerSlam.
You remember the Jeremy Piven? Now he can't come. Miz can't come to the Summerfest. Remember when he did that?
Yeah.
Everybody remember that? What is this shit? Okay, wait. I gotta pull Kind's comment down because I need to see. It's Okada, Tanahashi, Omega, MJF, Bucks, and FTR, and Swerve versus Omega. Better than you're out of your mind. Those are the same matches over and over and over again. You're out of your mind. There is zero story to be told in any of those matches. The Omega MJF match, I'm going to say, was super rushed. Bucks FTR, they've done it 8 billion times. And Swerve and every Omega match is exactly the same. I'm sorry. They're all the same. He does his finger thing. He does his thing. He does his V triggers. The Grande versus Grande match was good because the story was so much better than everything else. That's why I'm saying, dude, I don't have the Fed defender. I'm telling you that story was better. I'm telling you.
I think Kine is the AEW defender because all those matches were AEW. I did not see one WWE match.
No, of course not. But I have to say there was no. Which WWE match could I put up there besides that Grande versus Grande? I don't think there is one. Yeah,
he wants to say that, but
Well, I think
give us a little options over here, Mr. Kine.
New Japan. Let's see.
A little bro. Little bro, whoa. I'm probably older than you.
You are, of course you are. Kine's like 22, maybe 21. He's a young fella.
Oh, he's a young lad.
Yeah, that's it. So I didn't like the fact that Dark State ran in and distracted Ren again, and she lost the match because he's 21, young fella. Look at him, 21 years old. See, and he knows nothing. So I just know that he knows nothing. But again, as we talked about the finishes tonight, this was probably night of all the schmaz night on NXT. Of course, Dark State wrestles through the ring because they never stop wrestling. Ren gets distracted. She walks right into an F5. I'm telling you now, don't do this to Zarya. Do not do this to your champion. She must win clean to get that belt back up to where it needs to be. Sol Ruka won clean all the time. So if you want Zarya to look big and bad and you want her to keep this till they have a Wrestle Kendall, which will probably be in the fall sometimes, do not do schmaz finishes with everybody because it does. You're just devaluing what you got there. That's all.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
all
agree
right.
with you on that one.
Let's get to the next one. We'll go to and because GBH isn't here, and I'm going to use Tino's Iron Man skills for a lot of this night. We go to the progressive spotlight on Shiloh Hill, who said he's coming back sooner than later, and we love Shiloh Hill in the night shift, but he's coming back, and I hope they bring him back with the same purpose, because he was pistol hot before, and I just think he lost some of his mojo, especially going up against Tristan Angels. After he won the Mr. NXT thing, they kind of took away the goofiness. I thought the Mr. NXT thing was for goofy.
Yeah, I don't know what I mean. Doing. They've kind of went like 4 different stages with Shiloh. He had that weird like cyber gimmick that you and Kyle have talked about. We've talked about a lot in the chat, and then he's kind of did stuff with Tatum, and then now he did the. He's just like they can't figure out what he wants, what's good, what's good, what's not, and.
I mean, he was on my list. Like, if you say to me now. If you said to me a month ago who was on my North American champion list, it would have went Jackson Drake, Shiloh Hill, probably Mason Rook, and then I wasn't sure who else, but I did think those were your guys, and I think Jackson Drake is going to be the next one to win it. I've been saying that for months that Jackson Drake is the guy, but I think Shiloh Hill should have been the guy. He should have been. So. Speaking of Mason Rook, let's go into this next match. Mason Rook, Cam Hendricks, and as you said, there he is.
Cam Hendricks should be worrying about Austin Theory.
Well, listen. Well, Kyle, I'm with you with Mason Rook.
Stock is falling, a little bit.
Well, my problem is are they trying to mask it, right? So tonight. This match was very good. It was a fun match. The stuff that Mason Rook could do to Cam Hendricks being such a bigger guy and the two of them throwing each other around was really good. To do the same spot, the stupid pull the turnbuckle off, leaving the turnbuckle exposed and Mason Rook costing him the match. Another schmaz finish, not a clean finish. If you're not going to be comfortable having your big stars lose, don't have them wrestle each other like that.
Yeah.
And
maybe that's the problem that they're having now. They just don't know who to have win and who to give the momentum to. But it's just like, well, can't you? Like, it doesn't hurt sometimes to lose,
Yeah, but it does if you're Mason Rook, who has not won a match in I think 3 months. To be honest, I think it's been at least 3 months since he's won a match.
In a while. You're right.
And Kyle bringing up that his stock might be falling, and unfortunately, it looks like. They got spooked a little bit by some of the online Discord and stuff about him, but I don't remember. They were like when he first debuted, people were giving him trouble about his weight and about his look and all the BS crap that we called out and said that everybody sucks because he's so much fun, and they don't let him be fun because he never wins at this point. The guy
wins at some point, just like the Birthright. The Birthright never gets a win, and they like lost all their credibility. And you and Kyle have talked about that too, where it's just like you need wins eventually to feel somewhat credible and to feel somewhat like
he lost all his mojo. You're right. You're 100% right. At Mason Rook now getting hit in the head with the turnbuckle, and I was like, oh no, we're not going to do the turnbuckle spot after we just did the interference spot. After we just did, how many? Oh, thank you, Kyle. May 19th was his last win. He hasn't won in 3 months.
That's sick.
I mean, that's just wrong, man. Come on. And actually next week, it'll be 4 months since he hasn't won a match because he's not wrestling next Tuesday. Yep. So
isn't that unfortunate? It's like they waste so much time on like the first ever appearance that they don't know ever what to do with them after they get here.
Yeah. Because the same problem happened, and we've said this before. It happened to Julia. She debuts. They throw her right in a main event scene. She loses, and then you're done. Then you're done. You lose right away. Naraku, done. He loses. What was he doing in NXT? Was he just getting warmed up so he could go work with Nakamura? Yep. See, Kyle and I always on the same page. Tino, you're spitting facts.
I did not. Somebody mentioned, I didn't even think about him being the one for Nakamura.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was asking me a couple of days ago, and I didn't even think about him. You're absolutely right. He could be because he's another one he had that great debut. I thought, you know, I didn't know how to say his name. I barely know how to say it now half the time. Them getting the call-ups with Oba, Trick, Javon, all of them. We wanted to see these guys make a name, and it was just like he.
I'm losing.
No.
I'm. They're losing me with how they presented him. So I'm with you on that. So I think Naraku is going to be with Nakamura. I do. I think that's the way it is. So we went over the Vanity Project's next match thing for the North American title, and now we're going to get to what you just said, the Birthright, Lexus King, and the other guy from OTM who isn't Bronco Nima because I don't always remember his name. I think it's Lucian Price.
Yeah,
they're going to wrestle, and Lexus King's going to lose again. So,
I guess the fake OTM is starting to get salty because the real OTM is on WWE television, and they're not.
That's right. They must have seen the flag at SummerSlam and been like, "What the hell, man? Isn't that us?"
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know why are they having singles matches? Is it just like how? So then next week we're gonna get Nemo. That's right.
Dempsey.
Like I mean,
they're having singles matches because they're realizing that people are starting to watch AAA religiously, and they're going, "Why am I watching NXT with Bronco Nima as a good guy when you have him as the best bad guy in Perros del Mal?" So they're like. You used to be able to practice guys in Price is right. Yes. That's his name, Lucian Price. They used to be able to hide guys in AAA and give them more time, like Umberto and Los Garzas, and you give somebody like a Carmen Petrovich time to develop, and then they bring them back to NXT and no one watches AAA, so they were like, okay, you still develop. Now everybody watches AAA. And you can't not have canon. You can't bring Lucian Bronco Nima back to NXT and go, "Oh, you're a good guy here, but in Mexico, you're a bad guy." You can't do that.
No,
right?
You can't. You confuse everybody, and I get it because probably not everybody that watches AAA watches WWE, and not everybody that watches WWE.
They do now.
They do, and they don't. So that's just the thing where it's just like they have to realize that they do, and people do realize that where it's. Why is Carmen being in that faction? And then she's coming out with Natty and Nikita with the Shining Wizard.
By the way, GBH, you're misunderstanding me. I'm not talking about the Garzas as being hidden. I'm saying they used to put them there so that they could get better and do what they're doing. Now, since everybody watches, the guys they try to hide there, like the NXT guys, can't hide. They have to come back to NXT and be the same canon as they were on AAA. Because everybody watches AAA now. I'm giving them their respect. The Garzas went over there so that they can be bigger. So I'm just telling you, I'm not trying to run down anybody or Los Garzas, but they are bigger in AAA. And the problem with them is they bring them back to SmackDown and they're not big. And then everyone's like, how come they're so big in AAA and they're not big on SmackDown? That's their problem. They bring somebody to AAA and go, he's the best bad guy, and then he comes to NXT and he's shaking hands. We don't want that. So
can't be shaking hands and kissing babies,
No, you can't shake hands and kiss babies. So anyway, I'm not hating on any brown people, GBH. Jesus Christ, you know what? You were supposed to be here to tell me that I'm hating on brown people, but you're not. So you're gonna have to deal with it. So Lexus King loses again, and he's so stupid. So Lexus King, and now it's my show. Now I can say whatever I want about you, GBH. I don't have to let you on.
The tables have turned. I'm just the co-host.
And now Kyle's doing it too. Okay, so now you're both fine. You know what? Screw you both. I'm not gonna let you back on anymore. Not tonight. It's just Tino and I.
Oops. There you go. Nope. No more.
All right.
Change the password.
Change the StreamYard password on them so neither one of them can get in.
Kyle tries to go into OTM on Thursday. What's the password?
Changing the passwords on him so he can't get into his own show. What happened to your show? Oh, golly. So, all right. So let's get to the main event because GBH, I wanted you on for the main event because these are big shows and, we wanted to do this. So Tino and I are going to go through it. And It is Cruz Montana and Grayson Waller, who both guys look in fantastic shape, by the way. It is a pleasure to watch guys who are athletically gifted in great shape. So get them in there. And then I have not known that I ended one stream early, and you know what? It helped us, because if I didn't end the stream for the 24 hours, the time that I did that time, and screw it up, we wouldn't have had both streams. This year, we realized you can't go 24 straight. You got to turn it off. So
live and learn. It's okay. Last Friday, I didn't end my show for 30 minutes after SmackDown, and luckily my camera was not in there. But it was just my SmackDown background with the ticker on the bottom, just sitting there for a good 30 minutes.
And you didn't say there was no microphone?
Nope, nothing. There was nothing. It was just literally the SmackDown back. So it happens. It is what it is.
It does happen.
StreamYard also be messed up, because StreamYard be saying that streams end and then it don't be ending. So
yeah, it does. That's true.
They be lying.
Yep.
They liars.
So we get Cruz Montana and Grayson Waller. We get a great match. And because it's the night of Schmaz finishes, the shot sub. That's right. I jumped off, and then that was a year ago almost, wasn't it? I learned my lesson.
Forever.
I know he never lets me live anything down. He writes it all down, just to come back at me and go after me. So another night like that, we get a great match. By the way, at least I know that Grayson Waller can wrestle. I get a good feeling that I know that Grayson Waller can wrestle, and then out of nowhere, Zilla Fatu makes his NXT debut.
There he is.
Holy moly.
And months and months and pay-per-views and mixtures and dusty finishes, Zilla Fatu is finally arrived.
Now, I am not a Zilla.
Finally happened.
I'm happy for NXT, because they're he is like that, Kyle. Because I'm not sold on Zilla Fatu in the ring yet. I'm not sold. But it's exciting, because now you have 4. Now you've added to your main event scene. Now you have 4 major players on your main event scene when you had 0 less than a month ago. Now you have Cruz. Now you have Grayson. Now you have Tony D. And now you have Zilla Fatu. And so the main event scene on NXT for the men has taken a giant leap. The North American title scene for the men has gone into the tank.
Yeah. They could use other superstars to get that back up. But yeah, I mean, they got, like we talked about earlier, Miles Bourne being the champion and the tag team champion. I don't know what we're doing with that. So, I mean.
Well, so Tino, give me as we start to close this up, because we did have Zilla. So now we have a major player stepping in for Heatwave. I don't know if they're going to do a 4-way. I think it's a terrible idea. I think have Zilla wrestle, let's say, Cruz, or have Grayson Waller go against Tony D, but you cannot put them all in the same match so somebody loses. You can't have that loss right away. You can't do it. None of those guys should be losing right away.
They shouldn't be, but you know dang well they're going to do a fatal 4-way. I mean, come on. I mean, it's going to lead up to it, especially with the ending and the number 1 contenders. Everybody's going to come out. Waller's going to come out. Cruz is going to. Everybody wants their shot now.
All right, so here's the $20 million question for you, Tino, and I want your opinion here. And the chat, if you want to throw in your opinion, who eats the pin in a 4-way match with those 4 guys?
Probably Tony D. He probably loses the title.
You think he loses the belt?
Yeah,
to who?
I mean, I said it when he won it. He probably wasn't going to. I'm surprised he's held it as long as he has.
A very, very long time, Tino.
So I think he loses. I don't know by who. Maybe Cruz Montana. Maybe they just give. Shut up, GBH. Don't start. I mean, maybe they just give it like we've seen with Soul going right to the main roster. We've seen, Ricky Saints got the North American title and the NXT title. So did Ethan Page. Real quick. So
Ricky Saints never to be seen again. Wait, yeah. You think Tony D loses the belt and goes up?
I don't know if he goes up. I just think he might lose the belt, because if you give it to somebody like a Cruz Montana, there's going to be people that are going to be like, oh, that's Mike Santana. Let me go check him out. And at the end of the day, that's what they want. They want to have people that are going to go and watch, and But Waller could too. That's true. Waller could. But if they want to build Waller, I don't think they should.
I'm trying to see, because you want a guy like Waller around right now and let him move faster and faster. make him go up to everybody and give them trouble about their current standing in NXT. Everybody. He should never leave NXT for the next 3 months at least and keep going around and doing what he's doing. So
I think you're right on that one, definitely.
Nobody said Josh Briggs, Kyle. I'm not doing it. I'm not putting up the Josh Briggs thing. There's no way. There's no way you're getting that out of me.
Waller just signed his own death warrant.
I don't know.
Josh Briggs.
Yeah, that was Great Brown Hope thinks that Josh Briggs was supposed to do that. I already did it, Kyle. You're too late. I see you in the back trying to sneak your way onto the show. I see you.
Oh, the electricity.
What up, though? You already know what it is. Best in the world, aka The Problem. Isaiah Broner. And you watching the Main Event Wrestling Network.